First of all, thank you to all of you for taking your time to attend this very important press conference. Of course, we are having this press conference in light of the recent case with regard to banning of Free Tibet and the film Rockstar, which is releasing tomorrow. And this has disturbed sentiments of Tibetans across the world. Not only the Tibetans across the world, but our Indian supporters everywhere, especially in India, a country which is often modeled or respected as the epitome of liberty and freedom. And this is happening at a time when Tibet is experiencing one of its most brutal crackdown under the Chinese oppression, under the Chinese government. Since April 2009, we have now witnessed 12 self-immolation cases. And this year alone, we have witnessed 11 cases of self-immolation beginning from March 16. And from 15 August, India's Independence Day, till now, in a period of 3 months alone, we have now seen 10 immolations in Tibet, 10 self-immolations in Tibet in 3 months. Excluding the immolation attempt recently by a Tibetan near the Chinese embassy in Delhi. And this morning, we received a very disturbing news again that a Tibetan monk in Kathmandu tried to self-immolate this morning around 7 o'clock in Kathmandu, and we still don't know in what kind of condition he is right now. So you see, there's a growing need for growing need of support towards the Tibetan cause. So, of course, to address this press conference, we have our Students for Free Tibet National Director Roji Sedan, especially from all the way from Dharamsala here to attend this press conference. Alongside, we have Tenzin Sundu, an activist and writer, of course, again from Dharamsala, but he just got back recently from his activist visit or tour from Australia, so he's here also to attend this press conference, where a couple of them had the opportunity to meet the CEO of the Censor Board in Mumbai here, Ms. Srimati Pankaj Thakur. So now I'm going to hand over this the stage to them.
Hello. Today we gather here to protest the ban of Free Tibet banner from the film Rockstar. As we heard about the news few days back in Dharamsala, Tibetans across India and supporters were disheartened by this ban of Free Tibet banner in the upcoming film Rockstar. For the Indian brother and sister who has been supporting Tibet cause for a long time, it is an issue of free speech. It's an issue of freedom of art. But for the Tibetans, it's an issue of survival. Tibetans living in India across the world are disheartened that the Free Tibet banner had been deleted from the film, which otherwise could have carried the message to this much awaited film of the year. Moreover, all this incident is happening at the time when so much brutal operation is unleashed by China in Tibet. And because of this, recently, in just 3 months, 10 Tibetans had self-immolated, burned themselves to protest against the Chinese rule. This is a time when we ask for the world leader, for the international people, to put pressure Chinese government so that these atrocities should stop. Tibetans' life should be safe, and at that time, this incident happened, which has disheartened the Tibetan supporters and Tibetans across the world. It is unfortunate that this is a single opportunity to see a Free Tibet banner in a mainstream Hindi film, Bollywood film, that has been banned now. Of course, this is a few second clip, which some people think it's a small issue, but for the Tibetans and supporters has been fighting, has been struggling for this cause, Free Tibet cause, for last 52 years. And what happened with the Censor Board of meeting, Srimati Pankaja Thakur, my friend Tenzin Sundu will elaborate what happened at the meeting, and then we will follow by question and answers.
My name is Tenzin Sundu. I'm a Tibetan writer and activist based in Dharamshala. I used to be in Bombay, and I'm therefore very familiar with many of you journalists who we have interacted. I've done some protests, and you have reported. Yesterday, me and 3 other friends went to the Censor Board of Film Certificate Office here in Bombay at the Balkeshwar, and we addressed our issues with the CEO, Srimati Pankaja Thakur. We discussed these issues. We were there, and along with the CEO of Censor Board, we also met Mr. J.P. Singh, who is the head of the regional office of the Central Board. Mr. J.P. Singh quoted one of the rules of the Censor Board, which says that any material in the films that may cause strain with India's neighboring countries can be censored. And quoting that, he said that this matter where in this film Rockstar, made by director Imtiaz Ali, there is a reference of this short Free Tibet, and they said that this had been referred to the director. Srimati Pankaja Thakur made it very clear that she highlighted this issue with the director, and she said that it is the director who voluntarily offered to delete the scene from the film. I asked her again and again, why was this particular scene highlighted? Was it because of Chinese pressure? Was it a self-censorship? Or was there any other reason? She did not give me the reason. On many occasions of pressing, she kept on saying anything in the film can be highlighted, can be objected for censorship. She did not give me the reason. And she kept on saying that it is the director who voluntarily deleted the scene. And this is what happened yesterday. She said that she questioned the relevancy of the scene where there was a banner saying Free Tibet with the director. So she said she questioned the relevancy of the scene in the film. Now, what had happened between the director or the Censor Board has happened between that. But why are we addressing this issue? Why are we highlighting this? It's because the Tibetans have been here in India for the past 52 years, from 1959. The government of India and the people of India have lovingly accepted the Tibetan refugees, hosted here for 52 years. In fact, it is the government and the people of India who nurtured the Tibetan freedom struggle. There is so much of love for His Holiness the Dalai Lama in India. इतना प्यार और सपोर्ट कोई दुनिया में नहीं जितना इंडिया में मिल रहा है, और इतना सेंटिमेंट है तिब्बत और फ्री तिब्बत के बारे में. मुझे याद है यहाँ in 2002 when I climbed up the Oberoi Hotel tower and protested against the visiting Chinese Prime Minister Zhu Rongji in 2002. I had so much of support from Indian media, general public, and from the government. This act of censoring this 2-second shot of Free Tibet does not reflect the larger reality of India's support to Tibet. And that's why we are saying that this is injustice. जो भारतीयों के मन में है, जो भारत में है, जो भारत का सपोर्ट इंडिया में दे रहे हैं, तिब्बत को दे रहे हैं, वो इस एक्ट में बैठता नहीं. This act of censoring Free Tibet from the film does not reflect the larger reality of India's support to Tibet and Indians' love for Free Tibet and the Tibetan people, Tibetan religion and the culture, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama. This is why we are addressing this, bringing it to the larger Indian population. देखो ऐसा हुआ है और फिल्म कल चलने वाला है, फिल्म तो बिजनेस आगे जाएगा, लेकिन एक मौका था in the mainstream हिंदी फिल्म, एक मौका था जो भारत के वासियों एक फ्री टिबेट की एक झलक दिख सकते थे. वो मौका अब नहीं रहा. इसीलिए हमको बहुत ठेस पहुंच रहा है. टिबेटन्स 1,20,000 Tibetans हैं. There are 1,20,000 Tibetans living in India with a huge number of Indian supporters. Or we all feel very bad about it. We feel hurt that this has been censored from the film, and this is what we are addressing here today. And this is happening at a time, as both of my friends addressed earlier, when there is most needed support, when there's so many people setting themselves on fire to protest Chinese invasion in Tibet, when the Chinese military in Tibet is causing a direct threat to India's security, when there is so much of danger from across the Himalayas on India, here is an incident which should not have happened. This is a time where Indians and Tibetans should be standing together in support and in unity. And here is this incident that's happening. And therefore, it is a jarring incident that is happening, and this should not have happened. So this is all that we have to say today. And my friend Dorji Sidhen, who is the National Director of Students for Free Tibet Group, he, along with his regional chapters in different cities, they've been doing their acts of protest, and he will tell you more about it.
Students for Free Tibet is an international chapter-based youth organization, students and youth organization, which we have members in almost 35 countries and 700 chapters across the international world countries. In India, we have chapters and members in almost all the major cities. And with this shocking incident and ban of Tibetan Free Tibet banner in this Rockstar, we had launched our campaign, our protest action from Dharamsala to Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata, and Mumbai, Baroda, and some other places. What we had did in these few days is to meet directly with the Censor Board of officers, Censor Board of India officers in the regional office. In Bombay, we had met JP Singh, the regional officer, and of course, Shrimati Pankaja Thakur, and a regional officer of Bangalore, Mr. K. Nagaraja, Delhi, regional officer Raj Kumar. We had directly put up our appeal and cautioned them, and we had also did protest action. And we are also asking our members and supporters, Indian supporters, that on the release of film tomorrow, for Tibetans and also SFT, which include Students of Free Tibet, which include both Indians and Tibetans members and supporters, to go watch the film, go with Tibetan flag. This is a peaceful way of expressing your feeling. It's a way of go with the Tibetan national flag and go with Free Tibet banner to watch the film. This is what we are also planning to do. Thank you so much.
As the Censor Board